Hey, what's going on? I just want to take a second and I want to talk about why, if you're considering a smart lock, this is one of the locks that I would really recommend. In fact, if I was buying a smart lock, I would buy this one. Again, one thing I want to mention in the beginning here also is that it works with both Android phones and iPhones, and that is not true of all smart locks. The thing about these smart locks, you have fingerprints, you have facial recognition, you have codes, all this stuff, and maybe if you're a little bit like me, you're a little bit wary of just having that information floating around out there. So I did my research, and one of the things I really, really like about Lockly is that your biometric data, your facial recognition data, your fingerprints, they're not going off to a cloud somewhere. They're not floating around on the internet. They're not being sold off to a, data farm. They are all stored in an encrypted chip on the device itself. So that to me is great because you have control over your own data. One of the things that I really like about this is how in control you are of how you use this lock. So let's say you don't want to use facial recognition. Well, you don't have to. You can opt out, or you can put it on just for certain people. You can decide when or who or what you're using for facial recognition. So that's really, really cool. And you are just able to delete or add a profile at any time just using the smartphone app. Another thing is fingerprints, same thing. You can opt in or out of using fingerprints. Your code itself, you can have a number of codes. You can have different codes for different people. You can have temporary codes. You can revoke access. You just have so much control over this lock, and the features are really, really cool. So facial recognition works like a charm. It is one of the locks that basically, as soon as you approach it, if it recognizes your face, it will unlock it. It doesn't record passerbys, it doesn't scan everybody who's walking by, it just recognizes the face and then opens the door. If you have younger kids who can't memorize a code, the fingerprint access is really, really cool. Or if you just want the convenience of just having to open this thing just as easily as you would open your phone with fingerprint access, really, really nice. I do like the code access too. You can just add a code temporarily, say if you're having somebody come by to do a repair on your house, or let's say you have a tenant and then they move out, you can just revoke that code. You can just make up a code and then you can just share it with them, and then you can just delete it and you don't use that code again. Really, really cool features. For me, I think that just the data security is a big selling point, but I also just like that how much control you have over how this lock works. What features are on, what features are off. You can have it auto lock immediately as soon as you close the door. You can turn off the auto lock. You don't have to use it. You can also just set it up so that you're the kind of person who worries, did you lock the door? Well, it will lock after whatever time you tell it to. You could say it locks automatically after an hour, so that, you could say 5 minutes, you could say 30 minutes. It's really, you just have so much control with this lock, and that is why I like it, because it is indeed actually smart. The app, once you update everything and get everything synced up, works really, really well. You can also tap to open. Really, really great. You can use it to set it up to remotely with your phone. You can use it to tap to open with your phone. Just so much control, so effective, and just really great to have a lock that works in so many different ways for all different kinds of people.